So hello everyone, once again, thank you for joining. We have representatives, HR representative from Grassi, another accounting firm. We have Lucy and Colleen. The floor is yours, ladies.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for taking the time to join this little info session to get more information on our company and a few of the opportunities we have at the entry level, internship level. We also have a leadership program as well for students a little earlier on in their college career. So me and Colleen will introduce ourselves. We'll tell you a little bit about what we do at Grassi, our roles at the firm. We put together a little PowerPoint, a little overview of our firm, and then we could open the floor up to you guys with any questions you have. If you guys want to unmute yourself at the end to ask the questions or even put it in the chat box, up to you, but our emails are in the chat box as well. So if you have any questions after the presentation, you want to send over a resume or anything like that, feel free to reach out to us. But yeah, we'll get started. So my name is Lucy Ruddick. I'm a human resource generalist here at Grassi. I've been here since May of 2019, so almost coming up on 3 years. This is my first job out of college. I went to St. John's University, also in Queens. I graduated in 2019. And then as a generalist here at the firm, I have a lot of different roles. My main role is audit scheduling. So I work with the audit staff on a daily basis, the associates all the way up through the partners, scheduling any client needs we have, whether it's a financial statement audit, review, personal financial statement. So I'm in touch with the audit staff on a daily basis. I'm basically their go-to contact person. Right now, they're all in busy season. So all of fall, I was working with the partners, planning out all the engagements. They are on busy season. I also do campus recruitment like I'm doing right now, which I really do enjoy because I was in your guys' shoes not too long ago. I know what it's like attending the career fairs, interviewing, all that. It could be a very stressful time. So definitely enjoy being on these types of events, trying to make it as seamless as possible during this time in your college career. I also do a little bit of learning and development, employee relations, performance management. So it's a very nice, well-rounded role. And I think at a mid-sized firm, it has allowed me to work on a lot of different areas of HR, opposed to say I worked at a larger firm and I was just doing audit scheduling all day. So that's one of the things I do enjoy about my time here at Grassi as well. Colleen.
Thanks, Lucy. Hi, everyone. I'm Colleen. I'm an HR associate here at Grassi. I started as an intern back in November of 2020 while I was finishing up my master's. And then after I graduated the following May, I was hired full time. So come June, I will be with the firm full time for a year. So I mainly work with the recruiting team. So I do a lot of internal recruiting for the firm, experienced hire recruiting, campus recruiting as well, like Lucy mentioned. I also primarily handle onboarding and orientation at the firm. So whenever we have new employees starting, I'm kind of with them from the beginning of that process through their first day. And I'm also on the learning and development team here at the firm as well, handling any, continuing professional education, things like that. But like Lucy mentioned earlier, if you have any questions, for either of us, please feel free to let us know at the end. I will go ahead and I'll share my screen. We have a quick presentation that we'll go through with all of you. And everyone can see this, right?
I can. It looks
okay.
good.
Okay, perfect.
Right. So thank you for having us once again. Give you a little overview on Grassi. So me and Colleen, as we just introduced ourselves. So this is just a little overview of the things we'll be talking about today: firm information, success, services, the types of clients we service, what we look for in candidates when we go to campus, some of the initiatives we have going on, and the mid-size advantage. Campus recruitment, the opportunities we have, day-to-day tasks, CPA exam, pandemic update, the virtual environment. All right, so a little bit about Grassi. We have over 400 employees. When I started here back in 2019, we had around 200. So we're definitely growing, rapidly growing. From an HR standpoint, it does have its obstacles, but I think that also has helped me build my career as well. But definitely a firm looking to grow even more. We have 6 offices. Jericho, Long Island is our largest office. We have about 120 employees in that office. We have an office in New York City, which I'm sitting in right now, White Plains, New York, Ronkonkoma, Long Island, Park Ridge, New Jersey, which recently became our second largest office. We merged with another firm in the New Jersey area and they moved into our Park Ridge space. And also Needham, Massachusetts, which is right outside of Boston. And we also merged with them during the pandemic as well. So despite all the craziness that was going on in the world, we were still able to grow our firm. We are ranked number 64 largest accounting firms in the nation. So that was also exciting as well. So a little bit about the fun events that we have at our firm, whether they're work related or outside of work. We do have a lot of social events. So we have holiday parties. This year we did it by office opposed to one large one due to COVID. After season happy hours, after busy season parties. We have Firm Day, which we're excited to bring back this year. So during the summer, the firm closes down for one day and we all go to a venue. In the past, it's been at a beach club out in Bayville. I don't know where the venue is this year, but it's kind of a day where everyone just gets to shut off for a day. Lou Grassi, the CEO, does a little town hall about what's going on with the firm. And then the rest of the day, you kind of just hang out with everyone and it's nice to just shut off for one day. And we're excited to be able to bring that back. With COVID, we did not have that the last 2 summers. We have participation in charitable events and initiatives, flexible work hours and summer Fridays. In the summer, the offices all close down at 3 p.m., which is nice to get a nice head start to your weekend. We have some wellness programs, our benefits, 401k, cash balance plan, a hybrid work environment. So it's kind of how your day looks is what you'll do. So you're at a client, you'll go to the client that day. If you're able to work from home, you're able to work from home. If you want to go into the office because your team's going into the office, then you could work from the office. And that's nice as well, because it's nice to still be able to go into the office, collaborate with your team at an early level, entry level student candidate. It's nice to be able to have that face-to-face interaction as well. Dress for your day. So depending on how your day looks is how you'll dress. If you're facing a client, it's business professional. In the office, business casual. So it really just depends on how your day is. Some other perks about our firm is we have paid meals during busy season, bonuses paid to all staff levels based on your performance and other metrics. During the pandemic, we were able to provide our employees with bonuses and raises, which was nice. I know some companies did have to cut back, but we did not have that at Grassi. Accelerated career path for high performers. So you can be promoted off cycle if you are a top performer. And I think that just goes to show that it really is, you're not just a number here. We know who's doing good, who is struggling, that we always help. So I think that is really nice. We have an employee referral bonus program, a lot of extra tools for continuing education with free tutorials and trainings and all that our firm provides to our employees. That's just a little bit of the perks of working at Grassi. New hire programs and mentor programs when you're hired, and when you're here full time, you'll have a mentor, a peer partner, and a buddy as well, which is also nice. This is just a list of a few of the awards that we've won in the past few years. Best places to work, top 50 accounting firms in New Jersey, top 50 construction accounting firms. So these are all on our website if you wanted to go there and check them out. So the services that we provide to our clients is at our firm is advisory. So that's in the consulting space, tax solutions, tax compliance, trust and estate, which is more of high net worth, assurance and accounting. That's more bookkeeping, private client solutions, trust and estates, like I mentioned before. We have an audit practice, tax practice. Those are our 2 traditional practices that we look to hire the biggest numbers of students on campus, so in audit and tax. So the industries that we service, architecture and engineering, automotive, cannabis, construction. So construction is our bread and butter here. That's what Grassi is known for. So we have a lot of different construction clients, energy and utilities, financial services, franchise services. So that's kind of places like Orange Theory, Massage Envy, all of those types of places. We have a lot of those clients, healthcare, manufacturing and distribution, not-for-profit, real estate, sports and entertainment. And what's nice about Grassi is when you are hired, whether it's an intern or a full-time associate, you won't just be thrown into a certain service line. You won't just be scheduled on all construction clients. You'll get to see a mix of the different industries that we service. And when you've been here for, say, 1 to 2 busy seasons, or you're promoted to the next level, that's when you'll really get to choose what you want to specialize in based on what you like. Some people hate construction, some people love it, or they want to work in financial services or not-for-profit. So it's nice that you get to see a well-rounded, all of the industries that we service before you choose what you'll specialize in when you are at the senior level or the manager level and above.
Thanks, Izzy. So now I'm just going to get into some information on what we're looking for with candidates, out of campus recruiting, just some things we're looking for. So obviously, we're really looking for candidates who are going to identify with our Grassi values, our company culture. We're really looking for candidates that want to be client facing and really provide, client services, and those who have a desire to gain more knowledge and explore the different opportunities. Obviously, when you start out, we really don't expect you to know all there is to know about public accounting. So we really want to see that you have that desire to learn more and gain that experience. And like Lucy mentioned, we want to see, you working on all those different industries, different clients, and seeing what's possible outside of the services that you're providing as well. Definitely candidates who are entrepreneurial in spirit, and then obviously communication, time management, and organization skills are imperative to this job. And obviously candidates who are going to be task oriented. So this is some information about some of the firm initiatives that we have. Within the past year, we've implemented our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council, and that kind of also accompanies our Grassi Women's Council as well. We work within both of those to kind of take on different charitable initiatives, provide employees with different volunteer opportunities, and really give back to local organizations throughout the year. So just some items listed below are some notable events that we held in 2021, obviously celebrating Black History Month, International Women's Day, Autism Acceptance, Pride Month, and we're really excited with 2022 to definitely plan more events as well. And this is just our statement on DEI and the steps that Grassi is taking to really make a commitment to a culture of acceptance. So why should you choose a mid-sized firm? There's obviously a lot of different options. One of them being generous paid time off policy. So obviously when you start off with the firm, I think it's really nice, generous policy that you start off with, but then as you, have time here at the firm, that number will obviously go up. And then also reasonable busy season hour requirements. So typically our busy season hours per week are around 55 hours. And that can be a real difference between, a mid-sized firm versus, possibly a big four where you could be pushing, up to 80 or more hours per week. So it's definitely manageable and really helps with that work-life balance. And that also kind of goes into the summer hours that we have. So I know we mentioned earlier, from Memorial Day through Labor Day, our offices close early on Fridays at 3 p.m. to give you kind of a head start to your weekend. And that also really helps with, work-life balance, just providing you with different opportunities to kind of take time away from the office as well. And then also early office closings before holidays or holiday weekends. The office closes early at 3 p.m. And then we also have a flex time policy with different core hours. So our core hours are from 10 to 4. So that's really nice that if you have an appointment or something you need to take care of in the morning, you can come in a little later and then stay a little later in the afternoon, and vice versa. If you had something in the afternoon that you had to take care of, you can come in or start your day a little earlier than you normally would to finish up a little early as well. So one of the great things about midsize and one of the great things about Grassi is our open door policy. So all our partners, our leaders, they're very hands-on. I always do check-ins with new hires throughout their first 3 months at the firm. And one of the things that has been consistent across those meetings is just how open and helpful everyone that they've worked with has been. And that's from, their peers, their associate levels, all the way up to the managers and partners on the job. They're always, pretty hands-on. They're there to answer any questions and really guide you, as you're kind of progressing through the different work, different engagements that you're on. Also, we provide one-to-one training. So I know we mentioned the new hire buddy program. So when you start off with the firm, you're assigned a new hire buddy. They're kind of there for that one-to-one training. They're able to help you kind of get settled in, get acclimated when you first start. And they're really there as a resource for you, throughout your time here at Grassi. And we also have a structured career path through partner. Although every story is different, we definitely like to promote from within, and we definitely want to see you continue to grow and learn more while you're here at Grassi. And then I know Lucy obviously mentioned before different opportunities to try new service lines. So even though when you start, you're on different engagements, working on different clients in different industries, there is the opportunity we've had occasionally where people have started off an audit, realized this may not be what I want to do, and we've been able to switch them over to the tax side and vice versa. So it's really nice. We don't want to lose those employees, but we want to be able to give them the experience that they want and that they need to succeed. And new associates are obviously scheduled on a variety of different industries, clients. You're going to work in small groups from associates up to managers on your team. And they're, all those employees are there as a resource for you as you're continuing to work on those jobs. We also do performance reviews twice a year, so once in June and once in December. And during that time, you're assigned a peer partner, also an HR representative. So you're able to meet with your peer partner, and they're kind of there to walk you through the feedback that you receive from your performance reviews, and really there kind of as a mentor through that process. And then obviously, as you continue to grow in your career, you're going to be assigned, more responsibilities, more complex work assignments. So just a little bit about specifically campus recruiting, some of the different opportunities that we have. So we have a Grassi summer internship program, and this is an 8 to 10 week program across audit, tax, or accounting services. And we're really gearing this more towards seniors, those who are in their master's program. And it's a really good experience to get some hands-on work with different client engagements. When our interns start, they're given the same associate level training as our associate new hires would get when they come in. And obviously you'll get opportunities to get real hands-on experience, but throughout that time, we also want to have some different fun opportunities, things for you to relax, get to know your other interns, obviously other employees here at Grassi. So we've done some fun things like Grassi Jeopardy, taken our interns out for different staff lunches, had an intern fun day. I know the past 2 years we've taken part in a virtual escape room, and I know our interns really enjoyed that experience, and really just want to give you kind of a well-rounded internship experience overall. We also have our Grassi leadership program. So this is a one-day program that we kind of more focus on sophomores, juniors, and it's really a good experience to get a snapshot of what public accounting is like at a mid-sized firm, especially if you're not so sure what path you see yourself going down versus, audit or tax. This is really a good experience to kind of, the opportunity to learn more. So we have different service line presentations, and we also have different staff and leadership panels hosted by our client service professionals. So you kind of get to hear more about them, their experience, what their career growth has been like. We also do an office tour. We have a networking lunch. And then you'll also get the opportunity to work on a tax return and an audit case study and see what that process is like from beginning to end. And then we also have some different presentations from CPA review providers like Becker or Surgeon. And then we also have a presentation from the AICPA on student memberships as well. So Another opportunity, obviously, this is full-time opportunities that we're looking for with campus recruiting. We're really looking for candidates who are going to be graduating with a bachelor's degree in accounting or a master's degree in accounting. And what we're really looking for is that 150 credits. We're really looking for candidates who are going to be actively working towards passing the CPA exam, and obviously candidates who have strong interpersonal, organizational, and leadership skills as well. And then here's just a list of some of the day-to-day tasks that you could see, being a new full-time associate. Obviously, planning and executing audit or tax engagements, assisting in preparing corporate, individual, or partnership returns, really focusing on developing your skills and building your technical knowledge and delivering those top-notch client services. So this is just some information on updates we've taken, steps we've taken with COVID-19 and the pandemic. I know we mentioned earlier a hybrid work environment, so we've tried to keep our office capacity between 50%, so that way, not everyone's in the office, and it's been nice to have that, that remote option of being able to come into the office, but then also having the opportunity to work from home as well. Obviously, taking all the necessary precautions, anything related to government updates, making sure our office is staying up to date. And luckily enough, we've been able to actively recruit and hire during the pandemic. The past month in January, I know we were able to onboard, I'd say close to 40, 45 people. So, even given what the environment is, still being able to hire and bring on new employees has been great. Last summer, we were able to have our internship program live in person. And this year we're looking forward to having our leadership program live in person as well. And even during the pandemic, despite some, economic issues going on, we were still able to issue raises and bonuses to our employees as well. And I know we mentioned before, even given the timing, we were still able to expand into Boston and New Jersey with opening our Needham office, and then also bringing in, this other firm into our Park Ridge office as well. And then this is just some information on the CPA exam. Obviously, we stress this with candidates when they're applying, but we're there to help you out along the way as well. So once you sign your full-time offer letter with us, you're able to purchase CPA materials through Becker or Surgent CPA. At no cost to you. Grassi fully pays for that. Say you decide you don't want to go through Becker or Surgent, and you want to purchase them on, purchase another provider on your own, we will reimburse you up until the price of Becker as well. We also will reimburse for fees associated for registering for the exams and for seating for the exam. So obviously there's 4 parts. We pay for up to 2 seatings for each part of the exam, because this is a difficult exam to pass, and we want to be able to help you out along the way as much as we can. And then we also give additional PTO days on days that you may have scheduled to take the exam that doesn't take away from your normal PTO balance. And then once you've passed the exams, once you've been issued your CPA license, we will issue a bonus as well.
All right, so we put together a few questions that you guys probably would ask when you're in an interview, or just from our perspective, things about Grassi. So what are the top 3 reasons students pick to work at your firm? What is really important to us is our company culture. And I think working here, I really do enjoy it. When you're in the office, everyone knows you by a name basis. They know who's getting married, who's having a baby. When you're in the kitchen getting lunch, we're having conversations, even if it's a partner. So I think that's always nice. We have kind of a motto, work hard, play hard. Like I mentioned before, there's a lot of fun events outside of work here at Grassi, firm day, holiday parties, busy season happy hours. And that's where you also get to know a lot of the staff too. And it's nice because at these parties, people from other offices are there as well. So it's really not, you're just working in the Jericho office and that's all you work with. When you're on engagement, you'll work with people in other offices as well. I think you're also not just a number here, and that also goes into play with all these events that we have. From an HR perspective, we really know each employee. We do check-ins with them. I do all the audit scheduling, and for all the audit associates through seniors, I'll sit in on their performance meetings. So it's a very relatable experience. I know the engagements they've been working on. I know the feedback that people have said about them, and we always want to improve their experience. So I think the company culture here is really important to us, and which does bring people to our firm. Another reason people like working here, I think there's a lot of ability to move up in your career. And that's why we really do stress the importance of coming to campus, because we like to build from the ground up. We like finding candidates on campus. They start in our leadership program, then our internship, and then they're hired full time. And then we like to see you. We don't want to see you just work here for 5 years. We want to see you be here for the long term. We have a lot of managers, senior managers, principals, even partners that have been here from when they graduated college or they started out as a senior. So I think it's definitely a place where people work here for a long time. And it's not just based, you've been here 2 busy seasons, you're going to be promoted to senior. If you're operating above your level as an associate, we're happy to give you an off-cycle promotion. And I think that really goes to show that we really care about the high performers, and we want to see you guys do well here. So I think that's another reason people do enjoy working here. And then also work-life balance. So you're not going to be working crazy 80, 90-hour weeks. I run the utilization reports each week with everyone's hours as the scheduler, and no one is really working over 55 hours. There's some deadlines, 3:15, 4:15, it might be a late night, but you're not going to be logging off at 12 a.m. and coming back on at 7 a.m. because we definitely do that. We want you guys to have a life. Last week, me and Colleen went out with a few of the audit semi-seniors to the Dua Lipa concert. Our company has a box there, and it was a Monday night, and they were laughing. They're like, we're auditors. We work 55 hours a week and we're able to do that. So that was another fun event that just goes to show that it's not just you're working crazy hours during busy season. And outside of busy season, it is the normal 40-hour week, and you're not going to have 2 busy seasons a year. And I think that's nice as well, because when you're not working crazy hours, you'll have time to study for your CPA exam, go away on vacation. So I think all of those things are also really nice and important to having a work-life balance. You don't want to work your whole life. It's very important, but I think that's also, we really do value that here. And even as a scheduler at the firm, people have come to me, they're overloaded with their workload, and we always find a way to move it to someone who might not be as busy, or to fix it to maybe something doesn't have a deadline and doesn't need to be worked on next week. So I think, and it's nice that people feel comfortable coming to me as a scheduler, someone else in HR as well, if they are concerned. So that was what are the top 3 reasons students pick to work at your firm. So what piece of advice would you give to current students? Like I said, I graduated in 2019, so it wasn't too long ago, but definitely from my perspective and what I see from an HR perspective, I definitely think it's really important to build your network very young in college, whether it's just connecting with someone on LinkedIn or sending them a thank you letter after an interview or an event, and also attending all the events that they have available. I always like to tell students on campus my story. So I went to St. John's University. I graduated with my BS in accounting. Funny enough, I ended up in HR, and I'm on these chats trying to recruit accountants, but I always had an internship over the summer in accounting, and I had a busy season internship at a larger firm. And I kind of just realized public accounting wasn't for me, but I went to school for 4 years for it. I wanted to do something in the industry, but maybe not at public accounting. I always went to Beta Alpha Psi events at St. John's and networking events. And there was one lady who I got very close to, and I reached out to her my senior year on LinkedIn, kind of told her my story that I didn't think public accounting was for me, but I really want to do something in the field, maybe in the operations department. And she put me in contact with my current boss today, Jessica Van Rossen, who was a former auditor. She's a CPA, but now she's the director of HR. And I've been here for 2.5 years. And I think because I went to networking events at St. John's, I built a good relationship with this woman who was in the public accounting industry. She set me up with my current job today. So I always stress the importance of attending events, building your network. It may not lead to a job right out of college, but definitely in the future, for future opportunities, I think that's always important. So get involved and utilize your resources on campus. I remember when I was in college, I was always in career services, whether it was to get my resume updated, to just kind of vent when I was stressed because I wanted a job and it wasn't working out, or even my situation where I wanted to work in accounting, but I didn't know if I wanted to be in audit or tax. So I think utilize all the resources on campus. They're there to help you. And also gaining work experience. So when you come in for an interview at Grassi, it's always nice if you do have an internship experience in accounting, but if you don't, we're not gonna cross you out. I think it's very good to have other work experience as well. I waitressed all through college. I honestly did it too a few months ago, but I kind of was getting a little stressed out. But I think in my waitressing job, I learned a lot of life skills, how to deal with a lot of different personalities, good communication skills. So definitely jobs in retail, we definitely value that, seeing able to balance your studies and a job as well. So definitely gaining work experience, whether it is an internship, which is always great to learn the accounting industry and even like professional etiquette and all that, but even having work experience outside of that, say you work at a pizzeria or a clothing shop, that's always very important to us as well. So the top 3 skills you use in your career, more for an intern or associate. So definitely if you have Excel skills, that will definitely set you apart from other candidates interviewing for your position, or even when you're in your role. We definitely don't expect you guys to have a full understanding of Excel when you are hired here, but definitely you took classes on it or you used it in former internships or jobs you have, it's definitely a plus. We always have trainings put on here by kind of the Excel masters at the firm. And we just can't stress the importance of knowing Excel. I think that will definitely help you in your career as an intern, associate, and way past those levels. Definitely your professionalism and communication skills. Some things that we notice that kind of have made campus recruiting difficult is sometimes we'll call students and they don't have voicemail boxes set up, so it's hard to get in contact with them or leave a message or even email addresses. So definitely if you're speaking with an employer or a professor or anyone, it's definitely to stay on top of your emails, be very good in your communicative skills and definitely your professional skills. So I think that's also very important. And then desire to take on new challenges and learn as much as possible. So definitely Grassi is a team environment. If you're on audit, you're going to be working on an audit team with an associate, a semi-senior, senior, a manager, and a partner. So definitely these are the people that are going to teach you everything you learned. Everything you learned in college, you're now going to be able to apply. So it's going to be when you're in the office with them or in the client's conference room doing an audit or even working from home. Definitely be open to learning. This is really where you're going to get the best experience, the hands-on experience, and also desire to take on new challenges. Starting your first real job is never easy. It's a lot thrown at you at once. It's not everything you learned in school is there, but when you're on a job, it's completely different. So I would say definitely be open to new things. Definitely try out the different industries when you're starting young in your career at Grassi. Like we said, we will schedule on all different types of clients. There has been occasions where people are really interested in the not-for-profit sector and they'll just join that team, but definitely be open to different opportunities because people discover things that they didn't know that they may be interested in as well. So definitely those are the top 3 skills that at the intern and associate level, I think will definitely benefit younger entry-level hires. All right, so thank you guys for hearing a little about our firm and the opportunities we have to offer. So now we want to open the floor to you guys if you have any questions. I know the chat box has a few questions, so I could start with those. GPA, is a 3.0 mandatory? So usually when we are looking to hire, we do require a GPA of 3.0. Let's go St. John's. All right, what are the requirements to earn an internship or entry-level position at Grassi? So the hiring process is you would submit your resume, we'll definitely review it with our hiring managers and we'll set up an interview. Like we said, we have the general requirements. So having a 3.0 GPA. Either you're getting your master's in accounting or you're going to be able to have 150 credits to sit for the CPA exam. And to have a resume with some type of a job experience or leadership experience or involvement. We definitely look at those when we're selecting who we are going to interview. But definitely on the interview, it's really just a personable experience. It's very conversational. You're not going to be asked technical questions. We really want to just make sure you're going to be able to work on a team. You're willing to learn and fit into our company culture. So definitely those are the most important things that we look when we're going to hire someone for a full-time position as an associate or an intern. Anyone else have any other questions? You guys, if you want, you could unmute yourself or also write it in the chat. Are you guys hiring for summer 2022 internships? So I believe we have filled all the spots, but that doesn't mean anything. You could definitely send your resume over to me after this. And if we do have an opportunity, we're definitely happy to set up an interview. So definitely send me over your resume. We also have postings on Handshake as well, but it's not entirely closed, I would say. Arnold, do you have a question? I see that you raised your hand. Do I have to unmute you? I think you could unmute yourself.
Sure, got it. I got it. When I got this email this afternoon or yesterday, I was like, are you guys hiring for like human resource or something with business skills? Because accounting is not my field, so I'm coming from acting and film background, so I want to get into the business side. So I stand a little bit of accounting, so I'm wondering what positions are good for, because I'm looking for summer internship myself too. So
yeah, definitely. So we don't have we usually when we come to campus, we hire in large classes for audit and tax. But like I said before, definitely send me over your resume. If you want to put together an email, what you're looking for, I will definitely forward it to our hiring manager, because we do have opportunities that will pop up. But just shoot me an email with your resume and we could definitely set up a time to discuss.
sounds good. So I'll would you mind DM me my email address, your email address, so I'll input.
I'm gonna put my email address in the chat again in case if you guys hopped on later, it didn't pop up. I'll also, and Colleen put hers in there too.
Okay, sounds good. So I can see other opportunity for other positions besides accounting and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. We
Awesome.
also have on our company website, if you go to current openings, there's a list of positions that we are hiring for outside of audit and tax. So you could check that out as well.
Okay, Grassi, got you. I'll take note. Thank you.
Welcome. Gabriel, I see you have your hands up.
Yes, thank you, Lucy and Colleen. Wonderful presentation. My name is Gabriel, and I had a question about how would you succeed the Super Day interview, if selected, and what are some tips to go about the day or so?
Yeah, definitely. So like I said, it's kind of a very casual conversation. You'll meet with probably someone at the senior level, someone in HR, and someone higher up, say a principal or as a partner. Definitely I would come prepared. So maybe do a little bit of research on our firm. Like I mentioned before, we do specialize in construction. So stuff like that, if you went into the interview and said something like, I know you guys have a lot of construction clients. Do you work in that space? Or say, these are the other industries, which industry? So definitely do a little bit of research on the company. Events like this, you could definitely take down notes of some of the stuff that we mentioned. So I think that interviewers always like you guys to talk a little bit about the firm that they are at. So I think that's definitely something that will help you exceed. Definitely come with other questions prepared as well. And then other than that, it's really kind of just to get you to know you, to make sure you're going to fit into the company culture, you're willing to learn, like I said before. And then post-interview, I would definitely say send a follow-up email. All that stuff I think is really important in exceeding in the interview process as well. Definitely show up on time to the event. And I would also say in college, I remember I had my first interview, I was so nervous. I was practicing and everything, but I think if you do interview with a lot of different companies, it does help you get very comfortable with the process, and it becomes more of just conversational than just like a very kind of robotic chat. So definitely outside of Grassi, I would say definitely apply to other jobs and interview just to get that experience. I think that's always great, just to warm yourself up. So I would definitely suggest that as well, because I know it's very nerve-wracking going into an interview.
I think definitely also check with your career center. A lot of times they'll set up mock interviews. That's also a great experience. Say you're not ready to kind of apply to a job like that and you still want to get that interview experience. I would definitely check in with your career center.
Yeah, definitely. And also your resume, I would definitely be able to confidently describe everything that's listed on there, and even maybe relate it to how it could work in the public accounting space as well. And then also make sure your LinkedIn matches what is on your resume as well. So always keep it updated as well. So those are just a few of our tips for the interview process.
Vanessa, you had a question?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Eleanor. Thank you guys for the wonderful presentation. My question is, would it matter if there is a gap in my resume?
No, we've seen that. I actually interviewed a girl who had a gap in her resume. And when we were on the interview, that was something I asked because we do look for that. But she explained it and it made perfect sense. So I would say when you submit the application, that you could definitely note that if there's a notes section or even on your resume, or even if you want to shoot me an email over with your resume, if you want to make note of that as well. But definitely we have hired people at the experience level and we found out they had something going on, but in that time they were able to pass the CPA exam and stuff like that. So stuff like that does come up all the time, and it's nothing to be concerned about having the gap in your resume.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. So if a student is not sure what they want to go for, let's say auditing or tax or any other areas, how would you suggest a student apply for a position? Should they apply to both, let's say tax and audit, and see what they get into, or pick a specific one, like one and apply?
Yeah, definitely. So we have our leadership program, which we do offer to students, freshmen all the way up to the junior level. So I think that is a good opportunity to get to know what public accounting is like, what working at Grassi is like, and a mid-sized firm. And you'll also get to meet with tax and audit staff just to kind of get how they ended up in the industry that they are in. So I think that's a good opportunity if you're younger in your college career. But if you are applying for an internship, I would apply to either the audit one or the tax one. But what's nice about Grassi is that we are a mid-sized firm that we do go through all our candidates and screen our candidates. And if you guys did not know what you want, because I remember I didn't take my first tax class, I think till my senior year, definitely say that to us on the interview on the phone screen and we'll never hold it against you. If you change your mind a week before the internship, well, we could definitely transfer you over to tax or audit. And then also during the internship program, say you are an audit associate, if we have opportunities in the tax side, we'll definitely schedule you on them and you'll get to work on that. I've had interns that come up to me as a schedule. You guys have tax opportunities this summer. Can I work on that for a week, or vice versa in audit? So definitely it's not, I wouldn't say it's so specific. And definitely it's me and Colleen and the other girls on my team as well who are working with you guys. So definitely just let us know. Funny story, this past January, we had one of our associates who worked in tax for 2 busy seasons. He reached out to us in HR and said, hey, can you put me on some audit engagements? I have some downtime. We scheduled him on audit engagements. And then in his peer partner meeting, he brought it up to us that he thinks that's more of the career he wants to go down. And now he's in audit, working in audit busy season. So definitely reach out to us, tell us how you feel. And we want to make it the best experience for you, because if you have, I think it's good to have a lot of internships so you know if you want to go down tax or the audit route, but definitely if you don't, we get it if you don't know which route you want to go down. So I think Grassi is a good place to get that experience in both audit and tax as well.
Great, thank you. I think one of the questions Alex was asking, I'm looking for the leadership program, I guess application on the Grassi website. Is there a specific, I guess, link that they can find it? How would they apply for the leadership program?
So you can find the application for the leadership program on Handshake. That's where we have that opportunity posted.
Perfect. And students, if you're using Handshake, you have to sign in with QC email. Otherwise, you'll be getting errors. Any other questions? Doesn't look like, okay. So I would like to thank Grassi Representative Lucy and Colleen for the informative session. This has been very, I think, very informative, engaging. There's a lot of things that I think learned, you know, what Grassi stands for and what kind of opportunities they are and so on. So I hope students, you know, got the same information out of that. You know, make your decision also easier to apply or for, you know, going further to apply for internships and or full-time jobs. You have Lucy's and Colleen's email, I think, in the chat. I also posted, you can also connect with them on LinkedIn. I'm sure they would, you know, they would like to connect with you as well. And I also posted a sign-in link for you, for the students. So if you would like to get the recording of this session, please sign in so I can have your email. If there are no other questions, I think this will be it.
Well, thank you everyone for taking your time. But we really appreciate it. And like we said, if anything else comes up, please feel free to reach out to us.
Wonderful. Thank you so
guys.
much.
Everyone.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.